One of the things that I believe will get you some serious results is very direct eye contact. Now, I realize staring at a customer in the eyes for too long directly can get uncomfortable after a little while, but the point is to not spend that much time with them. I understand, though, that there are some clubs that you go to and you'll notice, especially if you're new, that the girls just sit and talk to their customers for what could seem like forever to certain girls like me. It's just way too long in certain cases. You don't need to do that. Just because that's the norm at one club, to sit with a client for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever is normal there, shorter, longer, I don't know. I don't think you need to do that. I think it works better to approach the guy, build a real connection with him as quickly as possible, a real intense kind of sexual connection with this guy as quickly as possible, and then ask them for a dance. With clients, whether I was dancing with them or when I was selling them, I would be staring them in the eye directly. I'm not looking around the room. I'm not wondering who's where. I'm focused on the person right in front of me. He is the only person in the world that matters to me right then. And I want to go through this process as quick as possible. And I think the more intense you make your relationship faster, the faster and easier it will be to get them to go with you. I've heard that staring someone directly in the eye, like right in between their eyes, because it's kind of hard to focus on one eye or the other, and wouldn't really recommend doing that. And I wouldn't focus directly in the middle of the bridge right in between their eyes, but a little bit down. Focus a little bit down on their nose. Not the tip of their nose, but kind of like the middle of their nose. That makes it feel less intense. This is just from stuff I've read. I don't know if it's true. It seems to have worked for me. But if you focus right in the center of their nose, I think that really helps for it not feeling too intense. You're not totally grilling them, and they can't tell that you're looking at the middle of their nose. They don't know, but it just doesn't feel as intense. But maybe for some guys, you should do that. There are plenty of guys that I stared right in the eye, not the eye again, in the middle, in between their eyes. If you can tell that they really are into you already, like if you can tell they are really into you, just stare them directly right in the center. Another thing that's important is to kind of have your head sometimes, obviously move around. You don't want to be rigid and whatever, but having your head down, having your chest up, your head down, and looking at them through under your eyelashes, that's a very seductive, submissive kind of look. Also, according to a girl I've listened to when it comes to body language and psychology, is a girl named Vanessa Van Edwards. I would highly recommend you find her on YouTube. She's freaking awesome. One of the things that she says is when you tilt your head to the side, that does two things. One of them is it shows men your nice round curve. Guys don't have that. They have more of a blocky kind of jaw or face or whatever. Guys don't have that kind of roundness, and apparently they find it very attractive according to her. Anyway, you want them to realize you are 100% focused on them. I think it's really important to be really good at social intelligence, to know when you can push your limits. For example, when you're with a customer, if he's comfortable just in general and he's looking around the room, I would push their face towards me and be like, focus, and I would just stare at them. And then I would start talking about something else, like, so are you having a good time? And wait, now that they know you are 100% focused on them, now it kind of gives them leeway, it gives them the excuse to 100% focus on you. Because chances are it's a possibility that the last 5 or 6 girls that approached them were clearly not interested and just wanted to get a dance out of them. So they might have just been kind of like in la la land also and not been paying attention and then asked the guy for a dance. So he might be under the assumption that that's normal. There is no real connection with dancers. You don't know how the girl before you or the many girls before you have either fucked up things or have made it better. So your job is to figure that out. You want to make sure that you really pay attention to how this guy is acting. And with giving a dance, I would be a little bit more forceful with that because I wanted them to get another dance. So the club that I worked at, everything was kind of all out in the open. So if you were giving a dance to somebody and they were all looking around because they've got so much stimuli around them, they don't know where to pay attention. Get that guy to pay attention to you. He's already getting a dance from you. You do not want him distracted. You want him paying attention to you. And if you don't feel like you're doing a good enough job and that's why he's all distracted, try harder. Make more eye contact. Breathe in his ear. Get closer. Move slower. There's all kinds of things that you can do there. But in cases like that, I would kind of sort of grab his face and be like, hey, like, you're here with me right now, you know? And then the more they enjoy it, the more likely they are to get another dance with you. So eye contact, I think it's hugely important. Let them know you are 100% focused on them. And if they're all darting their eyes around everywhere, you don't even need to touch them. If they're looking over to the side, you can just put your head in the way of their gaze, kind of like slide it in there kind of as a joke and smile. And if they're obviously still not interested, then maybe move on or try harder. One of the two. But test it out, see what works for you. Whatever you do, though, pay attention to the guy. Pay attention to everything about him. How does he feel? Is he nervous? Is he scared? Is he intrigued? Sometimes people's body language can be very deceptive, but you'll get better and better at this. I guarantee it. So take care for now, you guys. Stay positive. I will talk to you later. Bye.